Welcome to my podcast, episode 14. We are doing good. We are indeed. It's going to be a short episode today, which you may like. So, yeah, but I'm only going through two parts on the need to, because it's just what the topic's on, as you can tell from the title. It's about not getting your hopes up and stuff like that. And like not taking things for granted. And when things are happening, take advantage and to use what is happening. You know what I mean? But we'll get into that. But yeah, I welcome you. I thank you for coming to my podcast. I really do appreciate you being a guest. I hope your week has been doing well. Mine's been alright. It's been pretty good, you know. But yeah, I hope yours has been even better. If not, do not worry. You know, of course, bad times do not last forever, and that is a hint of what we're going through today. So yeah, we'll get straight into it. Not going to waste your time. So, got two things written down today. Two things. Planning log. Wash. So as you can see, we're going to go through good times. Then we're going to go through bad times and about obviously not taking things for granted. So, we'll go through good times first, because why not? So when you're going through good times, do not take them for granted, okay? Do not just think, oh, they're going to be here forever, because they're not. Don't think, oh, I'm going to go and do this thing and I'll get back to this good time, whatever's happening. You can't do that, okay? You need to take advantage of what is here and what is there and take advantage of this good time. You need to enjoy it, okay? Let's say you've been going through like a bunch of struggles, you know, everything's going off at once and everything's just been thrown at you and all that, but you finally got some peace and quiet to yourself. Life's finally said, here you go, here's a bit of peace, a bit of tranquility you can use for yourself. Instead of like going off or whatever, doing something silly, making more noise for yourself, enjoy that peace, enjoy that quietness. You know what I mean? You know, think, you know, do something you can with that peace and quiet. Whether it's someone's gone away has been causing you problems and now you don't have to worry about them, or whether it's just life's took a step back and, you know, you can relax a little. Take advantage of it. And another thing, let's say you've just been going through constant pain or whatever, but you've finally been given a break and things are finally feeling good. Take advantage of it. Don't just think it's going to be there forever. You know, enjoy the happiness, you know, and smile more and do more, you know. Take advantage of the good times because they're not there forever. And I'm not saying that to make you upset or to just be like, well, there's no point doing anything then. No. If the good times lasted forever, it'd be pointless. You know, nothing would happen. Okay? Life would not be life. But because they are temporary and because they go and they come, you know, you can enjoy them and you can take them, take advantage of them and understand there's value there. Okay? You know, so please just take good time of your, you know, happy times and all that, and the good times, whatever it is, it's just positive. Just enjoy it, take advantage of it. You know, don't take it for granted because it's temporary. You know, everything's temporary. Everything's just a phase leading to the next phase, right? And I'm not saying life's worthless. You know, I'm just saying everything is just a phase. Nothing lasts forever in this world. Which may upset you at first, but it's also good, if you get what I mean. So, yeah. And I need to take this watch off because it's quite damn loud, so give me a sec. I'm sorry about that. Just, it's not the best watch. It's something I got off TikTok, because why the heck not? But it's good. I'll show you real quick, actually. That's it. You know, it's alright. Nice simple little watch, but it's loud as. So, yeah, just chuck it over there. I don't want to disturb you or anything. But it's back to it. You know. Take advantage of your good times. Don't take them for granted. You know, enjoy them. Take everything you can out of it. Rinse it clean. You know, I'll give you an example. So, I've spread around a few times now. I've got crappy ass neighbours. I've had crappy neighbours at my old house as well. So pretty much for the majority of my life, I've had crap neighbours. So I'm kind of used to it. But yeah. Anyways, so as I'm facing now to my right, those neighbours. You know, bit of assholes. But yeah, before then there was an old man who lived there, and it was, you know, your traditional old man. It was nice at times, then sometimes it'd be a bit grumpy, you know, as it is with old age. You get the gist, right? And the thing is, I'm so glad I learned this, because I learned it from Stoicism about not taking advantage and like to grasp what you can get from the current moment and all that. So what I did is I didn't take that advantage. I didn't take advantage of him being there. I didn't like expect him to be there forever because I knew he weren't. It was an old man, and I'm very grateful I did that. And one day he did sadly die. I mean, it got to the point where he had nurses coming around all the time, and we just knew we were slowly going downhill. Bless him. And then the day happened where he sadly died, and it was upsetting. It especially hits you when you know someone dies. I've never had like a family member die or like a friend die, but I've had a neighbour die. I've had like a teacher I used to know died at my old school, secondary school, a few years ago, which is pretty mad. But anyways, he sadly died, and then I had like over a year of just not having to worry about neighbours. About they just no one lived in that house, and it was nice. I didn't take it for granted. I took advantage of the moments, and I enjoyed the absence of a neighbour. Yes, it's upsetting he's dying, but it's nice not having to worry about anyone next to you, if you know what I mean, if you have neighbours. Chef by over a year, I got to enjoy that, and not one day I took it for granted. Not one day I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be it, this is it forever. No, I just says to myself, like, one day there's going to be a neighbour here, there could be an arse, there may not. So please don't take it for granted. And I didn't, which I'm very grateful for, because it turns out there was the biggest pains in the ass ever, these new neighbours. And it's been like that for like nearly a year now of having them. And I'm just like to say I am very grateful that I didn't take it for granted of having no neighbours. And my old neighbour, I didn't take them for granted. And what that happens if you're ever in a situation like that is it makes it easier going through the bad times. It makes you like not resent or regret your actions or whatever. Like, I can think every day I didn't take one day for granted, and I'm so grateful for that. But that is like a good example I can give you about that. So the moral of the story is enjoy the good times. Please enjoy the good times. Take advantage of it. Laugh, smile, be happy. Take advantage of the good times, because they're not there forever. Things change, because if this world didn't change, if things didn't change, we would not be here. Change is what makes growth. Understand that. And now we'll go into the bad times. When bad times happen, it's different to good times. Alright, it's a pain in the ass. It's going through hell. It's horrible. But with bad times, you grow. Okay, that is where you grow during bad times. Or as the quote I made up for myself like over a year ago, the lake only grows on the rainy days. You'll only grow through the bad days, because that's where you're getting tested. And I don't want you to take the bad days for granted either, because even from years on, like you 10 years on would wish you were you now, if you know what I mean. But don't take bad days for granted. And I know it sucks, but it is. There's valuable lessons in there. There's growth. And like I've said, nothing lasts forever. So instead of being, oh, there's no point having good times then, or whatever, understand these bad times aren't going to last. They will not last. They will go eventually, and good times will come again. Now, I'm not saying just sit round and wait for that, because that could prolong the bad times. Take advantage of them. Keep going one step at a time. I will always recommend that. Keep going one step at a time. And just don't take them for granted either. It sucks. It really does suck, because, like I've said, for nearly a year now, I've been going through tough times, but it's not all about me today. I just want to say, don't take it for granted. They're not there forever. Whatever this problem is, it's not going to be there forever. It will eventually go. And the thing is, it's going to make you stronger, make you a better person. It's an opportunity, is what the Stoic would say. So please take the opportunity of this bad time. Don't take it for granted. Don't get your hopes up and all that stuff. I know it's going to suck, and I know you wish it never happened, but understand good and bad is like yin and yang. You can't have one or the other. You can't just have one. You need both. When there's good times, there's going to be bad times after, and when there's bad times, there's going to be good times after. And I know at times it's just going to feel like, oh, but there's nothing good happening, there's nothing bad happening. I can assure you this, it's equal. How much bad stuff you go through is how much good stuff you'll go through after, okay? So you've just got to hold on and keep going one step at a time. God will guide you, God will help you, and you can't resist it. You can't resist these bad times, because if you do, life will just drag you on, because that place where you're heading, you're going to get there no matter what. So you can either follow and be led, or you can be dragged there, which is 10 times worse. So I get you want to fight it, I get you want to stay in a good place or whatever, but the more you fight, the more pain there is. So just accept it, or that's what the Stoics would say, and what it says on this ring, more fatty, embrace fate, accept fate, the love of fate. That's what you've got to do, right? And you can't hold on to the past. You can't have this good times, whatever. Don't try and hold on. When it's time to move on, to switch into times of like going from good times to bad times, don't hold on to that good time and try and drag it along, because it'll just ruin it, and it won't happen anyways. Just take the step forward you need, take the steps you'll need to make, and you'll get through it. So please don't hold on to the past. Like, I've even known people who do the opposite, who hold on to the past. That's bad. That makes the present bad, if you know what I mean. So instead of having good times right now, I remember this girl. I'll never forget it. I don't know why she did this. I mean, I didn't know completely, so I can't really judge her or anything. But she had a horrible past. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to go into any more details on that. But she'd bring it up. She'd always bring it up, whether she was attention seeking or whatever. I don't know, but she would just always bring it up, and it would just ruin her present and ruin her life. And she'd make her life worse out of everyone she knows, but she probably had the best life out of everyone. I'd even say to her, like, love, you've got a better life than me, yet you're just making it worse than everyone. You don't need to. And I don't know why she did it, but she just dragged the past on and held on to the bad stuff. So yeah, don't be like that either. Don't hold on to the bad, don't hold on to the good. When you need to change, go with the flow of life. Because like I said, if not, it will just drag you. But those are the two things I wanted to go through today quickly. To not take things for granted, to not get your hopes up, and, to go with the flow of life and accept change and stuff, because you're going to have to. Because if not, life's going to kick your ass. Okay? And it's going to be like 10 times worse, like I've already said. So, yeah, please just take that into consideration. Because if you don't go with the flow of life, you're resisting it. And if you're resisting life, there's just going to be more pain, more sadness, more anger, more everything, And you won't have the good times. It'll just be bad constantly. So don't resist. Just accept and keep going. Now, yes, I know sometimes you've got to fight. I get that. I respect that. But if it's going to happen no matter what is the point of fighting? You may as well just accept it and get through it quickly and bravely, and then, carry on in life. But those are the two things I want to go through today. Hopefully I'm not repeating myself too much, but I need to drill it into your head, and that's what repetition does. I've got to drill it into your head. Not taking things granted. Like when your parents would say to you, like, oh, we're going to go somewhere, we're going to go out to a nice, like when I was a kid, they'd say, oh, we're going to go to a nice park or whatever, but then something would come up and it wouldn't happen. So you'd get all your hopes up, be really excited for this thing, yet it doesn't happen. Alright, I don't need to get your hopes up. I'm not saying be negative all the time. I'm not saying, you have to think bad all the time. I think you have to be logical. If someone comes up to you, whether it's like your parents or a loved one or a friend, says, oh, we're going to go do this fun thing, whether it's going to a nice event, going out eating for a meal, going shopping, or whatever you like, don't be like, oh yeah, I'm so excited, I can't wait, it's definitely going to happen. It's not. Just be like, oh, thank you, I'm going to make, that's good, appreciate it, or whatever. And then just carry on in life and understand it may happen, it may not happen, it's not certain yet, no matter what's being said. So then when it doesn't happen, you can be like, oh, okay, I wasn't really expecting it to, just neutral grounds, and then you can move on and carry on in life. If it does happen, great. That's when you can be really excited, like, yo, we're doing it. And then you enjoy your time or whatever it is you're doing. And then you move on in life, I'm not saying be negative all the time, because that's just stupid. I'm not saying to get your hopes up and be hyper active, whatever, everything that happens, be neutral and be logical about things, and just carry on with how things are, like if my parents said to me, we're going to go get a McDonald's. You know, I like McDonald's, mate. It's not the healthiest thing, but it's nice. It's a nice treat. I wouldn't definitely expect that to happen. I'd be like, oh, great, amazing. And then I'd just get on with my routine. And if it doesn't happen, it's okay because I didn't get my hopes up. And if it does happen, amazing. I'll take advantage of it and I'll be grateful for it. That's what it is, you know. Just please don't take things granted. These bad times, these good times, everything is a phase that leads into the other. I know I've already said that as well, but again, I'm drawing it into your head. That's what repetition does. I don't want to bore you, so I won't drag it on anymore. But that is today's episode, you know. Don't get your hopes up. Don't take things for granted. Instead, take advantage of what you have whilst you have it. Alright? That goes with events, life, people around you, anything. You know, if it's here, whilst you have it, take advantage of it, okay? Because once it's gone, that's it. It's gone for good, okay? So yeah, I thank you for coming to this episode. Thank you for coming to this podcast. I really do appreciate you being my guest. And as always, I will leave you with a book recommendation and some wisdom. So give me a sec just to make sure which books I haven't recommended. And then I'll come back and recommend you one. So 2 secs. So I found the perfect book, and this is the book I actually bought for when I'm going through bad times and really bad times and things got really low. I'm like, I really needed a book and for it, and this is what I got on The Tranquility of the Mind by Seneca, who was an amazing stoic, by the way. And yeah, this will just, well, it says in the title really, it will help you with peace, it will help you, you know, gain control over your mind again, it will help you become tranquil during the bad times and during the rough times. So when you do go through those bad times, this will be a helpful tool for that. And I've just been looking through it as well to find a quote for some wisdom, and it is perfect for this episode. It is the unconcerned and those that expect nothing but good fortune upon whom they fall heavily. What that means is, if you expect good things all the time, if you get your hopes up, you know, you will fall heavily, which means when bad things happen, they will hurt you so much because obviously you weren't expecting it or whatever, and the unexpected blow lands heaviest, as the Stoics said as well. But yeah, if you just think that everything's going to be good, you'll be in for a rude awakening, because that isn't going to happen. You know, good things don't always happen. Like I said, goods in phases, from good to bad, and so forth. So yes, don't expect good things to happen all the time. I'm not saying to expect bad things to happen all the time as well. Again, be logical, be brave. You know, what happens, happens. Accept what happens and use it well. But there we go. That's the book on The Tranquility of the Mind by Seneca. That's what it looks like. I saw it on eBay, but I've only found it on Amazon because it's, you know, I don't know if you know or not, but it's one of those Amazon prints ones, like KDP things, if you can see there. So, yeah, the only place you can really get is on Amazon, but I think it was only like £3, £4, something. So, really cheap and really worth it, and it is an easy read, and it's only like, how many pages is it? It's not many pages at all, it's like 52 pages. So it's a nice, easy read as well if you're not really used to reading, or you're just getting into it or whatever. Yeah, that is it. That's the wisdom. That's the book I recommend. And yeah, I thank you for being on this podcast today. I really do appreciate it. I wish you luck, and I hope you don't take things for granted after this episode. So if you're going through good times right now, I hope you enjoy it with your entire heart. And if you're going through bad times right now, I hope you take in all the lessons. I hope you grow from it. And I hope you understand it's not going to happen forever. It's not going to be there forever. So don't worry. Wait out the storm. Dance in the storm. And yes, I wish you good luck. So thank you for being in this episode. And I hope to see you next time. Appreciate it.